Marketing and advertising can be complicated. What's most important?
What should I focus on?
Direct marketing?
Email campaigns?
Social media?
Cold calling?
With Marketing Atlas, you'll have a clear guide to get more leads, close more sales, and take your business to the next level. Welcome to Marketing Atlas.
Marketing Atlas.
Marketing Atlas.
With your host, Hernan Vasquez.
So today, let's talk about how you can create great Facebook ads, great Facebook advertising that brings sales, that bring leads, that bring clicks, that get people to click on your ads, and how you can make them happen for your business. That's exactly the title of this piece of content. I want to share with you how we at the agency, we're showing also, we're doing this for clients, and we're also showing students how to create great Facebook ads. We're going to be talking about one or two things that you want to have in mind, all right, when it comes to creating great Facebook ads. Now, with that being said, I'm going live next week, next Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be Thursday, the 16th of June, Thursday, June 16, at 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm going live explaining how we're crushing it with Facebook ads from people actually running Facebook ads for other businesses and for our own businesses and whatnot, and then also showing students how to do it. If that sounds interesting to you, go to 100mwebinar.com. You know, at the bottom of the screen, you have it. If you're listening to this, it's 100mwebinar.com. Now, I'm running a Facebook ad right now. Funny enough, that's what we do. We run Facebook ads for our own agency, for our own business, and for our own clients and whatnot, and we show students how to do it. And the main premise of the Facebook ad is how to run successful ads, right? That's the premise. So we're running an ad on how to run successful ads. And one of the comments that I got, I think it was yesterday and whatnot, the person was saying on that comment, he was saying something like, well, what is success when it comes to Facebook ads, right? How do you measure success? And depending who you ask, you will get a different question, a different answer to that question, all right? So for me, success when it comes to Facebook ads, or a great Facebook ad, it's not the ones that get you a ton of clicks. It's not the ones that get you a ton of comments. It's not the ones that get you a ton of likes and shares and all of that and followers. That's a byproduct of what I consider success on a Facebook ads campaign. The number one driver of success, or the number one metric that I use for success, is ROI, return over investment. How much money you're making back versus how much money you're putting on your ads. Okay, that's basically it. So success for me on a Facebook ad campaign is how many sales you got, how many leads you got, not how many clicks you got, not how many impressions you got, not how many shares, likes, comments. All of those things are great, and you will get those, right? You will get those as much as you're running, or as long as you're running direct response campaigns, which is what we run for clients at scaledriven.com, and what I want to share with you how to run either for your own business or for other people's businesses at the webinar that we're having, the live class that we're having, okay? This upcoming Thursday. So the main point is this. The main point is, what is a great Facebook ad? And a great Facebook ad is, again, an ad that brings in sales. Let me say that again. A successful Facebook ad, or a great Facebook ad, is not the ad that gets you a ton of clicks or a ton of leads. It's the ad that brings you sales. It's the ad that helps you multiply your capital through advertising. That, in my opinion, and that's the mind frame and the mindset that I use when I'm writing ads. That's exactly what I want people to do, to take action, to become a client. All right. Now, of course, advertising is just a part of the equation. You need to have a good working funnel. You need to have a good offer. You need to have good follow-up. But it all starts with the ad. So if you create the ads, if you write your copy, if you come up with creatives and images and videos, that the intention of those videos, images, and whatnot is for people to take action, then you'll be on your way. All right. So that's my definition of a great ad. Now, let's talk about how you can put together a great ad. And I'm going to give you guys 2 tips. I'm going to go much more in detail in our upcoming training. I don't want this to be like a 25-minute long video. I just wanted to keep it short to the point, because I know that you're busy, you're watching this and you're busy. So I want to make sure that I give you a couple of pointers right now. But then if you want to know more, come join the webinar, come join the class. We'll have our own, space, and then I'll take questions at the end, but come join the webinar. It's going to be awesome. So the 2 things that you want to have in mind are the 2 main things that make a great ad after running millions of dollars in advertising on Facebook. The number one thing that makes a great ad is the image or the creative. If you think about it, if you're going to optimize just one thing, if you're going to do the 80-20 rule of Facebook advertising, the one thing that you want to optimize is the image. Facebook image, the image of the ad, or the video. Okay. And right now we're having a decent amount of success when it comes to our Facebook advertising with really simple ads that have a high contrast background. Picture this. Picture that some people are running the clear version or white version of Facebook and Instagram. Some people are running the dark version of Facebook and Instagram, okay, or the dark mode of Facebook and Instagram. So whatever that is, you want something to be high contrast against that background. So for instance, right now we're using ads that have a yellow background, green background, or red background with dark letters. In fact, you can go to my page on Facebook. So if you go to facebook.com, you check Hernan Vasquez page, you will be able to see that I just posted a new ad enticing people to comment, right, for a new VSL that we just put together, a new class that we just put together. And that is like the simplest ad that you could ever put together, right? So it's a green background with dark letters on it. That's it. That's the type of ads that we're running, okay? They're not beautiful. They're not great, but they get the job done, okay? So in my opinion, an ad or a landing page that gets the job done is the one that gets the conversions. Now, of course, some people will tell me, well, your ads suck, your ads are really ugly. And, sometimes they are, but they get the job. Okay. Ugly ads usually work the best. So what we do is, again, square images, high contrast background, dark letters or white letters, depending on the background that we're using, and benefit based, right? So in this case, if I were running ads for this webinar, I would say, learn how to run effective Facebook ads campaigns. Or if your ads are not working, read this. Okay. In fact, that's the headline that I'm using on the ads and the text that I'm using on the images. Now, right now, we're using heavily text-based images and they work really well. So number one, again, if you want to create great Facebook ads that get you ROI, that get you leads, get you sales, most importantly, that help you multiply capital, that's the main point, you want to use this type of high contrast images. In fact, here's a little trick for you. If you have a working ad right now, if you have an image that's working really well, or you have a video that's working really well, try running the same video, same image, same everything, but just jack up the contrast of that image or that video. So you can put it in Canva, on Photoshop, or Vegas, or Premiere, whatever that is, and try jacking up the contrast of that video and that image, and let me know how it works. Okay, usually it increases the CTR a lot. So that's the one thing that you want to have in mind is the image, because it honestly, like if you check an ad on a mobile phone, a mobile device, which is 80% of the traffic right now that we're getting for Facebook campaigns is mobile. So if you check that out, you will see that a lot of the real estate, it's occupied by the image of the video, right? So you want the image or the video to convey the message that you want to convey as soon as possible, as fast as possible, as effective as possible. All right, so that's number one. The other thing that I would recommend you pay attention to is the first line of copy. The first line of copy makes a ton of difference. And the simplest, the better. And I learned this from Dan Kennedy. It's called dog whistle copy. Dog whistle because, they're those whistles that only dogs will hear, right? And this is the same thing. So on the first line of copy, you want to dog whistle your audience. So for instance, again, if I was running ads for my webinar, and that's coming up, this class that we're having, it's free next Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Go to 100millionwebinar.com, 100mwebinar.com to register. It's free. If we were running ads to that, I would say something like, hey, do you want to make your Facebook ads work better? Question mark. Another option would be, if you want your Facebook ads to really crush it, read this. Number 3 would be for people that want their Facebook ads to work better. Number 4 would be, if you're planning on running Facebook ads and this is your first campaign, I have some great news. So as you can see, those are all first line of copies that you can have in your ads. It's the typical how to X without Y. If you're X, read this. If you want to get Y, read this. If you want to get X, here's some great news. Those type of things work every single time. And that's the first line of copy on your ads. So again, if you want to write great Facebook ads, or if you want to create and launch great Facebook ads and Instagram ads, because this applies for both networks, by the way, both Facebook and Instagram. If you learn how to do this properly, you can run campaigns on Facebook and Instagram, no problem. So if you want to do this, have those two things in mind. The image, number one, again, we're using high contrast backgrounds with letters, number one. Number two, the first line of copy needs to dog whistle, needs to call out your marketplace as much as possible. So I hope that this is helpful. Again, a great ad, in my opinion, in my dictionary, it's not the ad that gets you a ton of clicks, not the ad that gets you a ton of comments, or shares. Those are all cool things, but we're not after that. We're after multiplying capital through Facebook ads, which honestly is a lot harder than just getting likes and shares and followers and all of that. That's the easy part. Getting people to take action, that's the hard part. Okay, that's where we win. And that's where I want you to win. And if you want to learn more about how we are winning, how we're crushing it for clients after running hundreds of millions of dollars on Facebook advertising, generating hundreds of millions of dollars on revenue for our clients, and also showing students how to do it. I've coached, 10,000 entrepreneurs over the past 7 years. If you want to learn how to do that as well, come join me. It's going to be free. It's going to be awesome. 100mwebinar.com. If you have a marketing person, bring them to the webinar as well. 3 p.m. Eastern. I think it's noon Pacific time. It's going to be awesome. Thursday, June 16th. And feel free to register. It's free. And then at the end of the presentation, I'm going to be taking Q&A. So if you have questions about Facebook, bring them on. I'll be here to help you. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope that this is helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Share this with somebody that needs to see it. I'll see you guys next Thursday on the webinar. Have an amazing weekend. Bye-bye.